Good afternoon, Mr. Madhur. Welcome to the Sustainable World Conclave 2024. So, you're a winner tonight. Congratulations on that. So, can you please tell our audience that what does this recognition mean to your organization?
No, I think the recognition is a testament to all the long drawn efforts that we've been making. Sustainability is the way businesses should run, and so to be recognized on a forum and by a large media house like Business World is definitely, it feels good, and it's a big testament and compliments to the entire team who's been doing all the hard work behind the scenes.
Lovely. So, on that note, I'll ask you one more question. With more consumers demanding sustainable products, how can businesses adjust to meeting those expectations?
Yeah, so I think one, the change has to start from the top, and the board level and the CXO level. You need to recognize that consumers are moving, consumers are becoming more conscious, consumers are looking for more sustainable solutions to their needs. Easier said than done, because a lot of businesses I know and we consult as a part of Praxis also want to do that, but it has a lot of changes that you need to make, right from the supply chain where you source your materials, to your systems where you're tracking and tracing the origin of those materials, to utilization, to collecting, assessing, computing the impact of sort of gender, climate, carbon, energy efficiency, waste, disposal, community impact, right? So you have to, it is a very well-rounded effort that needs to start from sourcing right deep into your operations, to your storage, logistics, distribution, after sales, how you manage inventories, how you manage end of life for equipment, how you manage your purchase. So the entire sustainability for the consumer will take time and is taking time, but we have to keep moving in the right direction. We have to keep taking baby steps. We have to source better, we have to supply better, we have to store better, we have to process better. And so I think as long as we're moving in that direction, we're basically moving towards providing more sustainable and more responsible products to the consumers.
True, well said. So, my next question to you would be, how do you see consumer behavior influencing industries to adopt more sustainable practices, and how can companies use this shift to drive change?
Yeah. So I think the answer varies depending on the industry or the vertical you're talking about. In apparel, for example, we're seeing this a lot more. Consumers a lot more conscious about what they're wearing. Interestingly, what you're wearing, if it's sustainable, is more natural, is not only good for the environment, it's also good for you. It feels better, lighter, right? So certain verticals, you're seeing this shift a lot more. Now, it is a win-win for the businesses, right? If I'm a brand which is trying to increase market share, in certain amount, certain kinds of a certain age of population, I'm trying to appeal to a college-going population, a young female or male demographic. It's the youngsters who are who are truly driving the shift towards sustainability, right? They are discovering new brands, they are discovering new products, they are discovering new sciences in some ways on what they want to buy. They're thinking about nutrition in a very different way than what us and our parents used to do that. And so for businesses, this is the great way to target certain consumer populations. These consumer populations are the growing populations. They're also spending more. They're also more open about giving a premium on pricing, just for a product that is a bit more sustainable and a bit more responsible. And so therefore, it's a win-win, right? As these consumers are growing and these consumers are spending more, it's an opportunity for brands to reorient their thinking and become more sustainable themselves. Otherwise, they will lose out on this fast-growing consumer population.
Yeah. So, on that note, one last question to you. As green consumerism grows, how can brands communicate their sustainability efforts without falling into the trap of greenwashing?
So, see, communication of the efforts, one, what you're communicating has to be genuine, right? Greenwashing by design means you're not genuine, you're posturing, right? You are camouflaging, whatever, right? We don't want to do that, right? Brands, if you're doing that, it'll flow into a communication. So what you're communicating itself needs to be non-greenwashed, whitewashed, right? And then when you're communicating, communication is a continuous process. It's not just in your advertising. It could be as simple as a tag on the label. It's something about disclosing where certain ingredients in a food item are coming from. It's being more responsible in communicating how to use a certain product, when to use a certain product, when not to use a certain product. It's about the kind of packaging choices you are making. It's about what you're telling the customer, how you're informing the customer. You're selling a gadget or electronics item, how to dispose this off responsibly, how to use it responsibly. Should I keep it turned on? Should I switch it off when I'm not watching, or when I'm not using the device? So I think communication has to be through the ownership, the purchase cycle, to the usage cycle, to the disposal cycle of the consumer. And as you're communicating the right information and messages throughout the cycle, consumer will pick that you truly mean to be sustainable, and you're not just doing a greenwashed effort, so to speak.
That was well said, sir. Thank you so much for your time. It was lovely talking to you.
Thank you.